Hi guys, it's your girl Lola loves you. In today's video, first of all, I have done a lot of Robyn Crawford videos in the past, and it was really to promote her book. And I took down a lot of my videos because I had to redo a lot of my videos. And I know right now in Robyn Crawford's life that she's back into her normal 9 to 5 life. So she don't like the spotlight, and she don't like, too much exposure of her life. So this video is strictly dedicated to Robyn Crawford. It's a thank you video to her. And this video was just, if you got any questions of what I think about Robyn Crawford, or the story between Robyn Crawford and Whitney Houston, this will be the video. So I just want to do this video to thank Robyn Crawford for her friendship with Whitney Houston during the time Whitney Houston spent on this earth, and for always looking out for Whitney Houston and having Whitney Houston as her best interest, and just really being there for Whitney. I know that she couldn't stand no more seeing her friend in pain and self-destruction, so that's why she exited stage left. But Whitney was still in contact with her throughout the years. So I just want to thank you so much, Robyn Crawford, because number one, Jesus. If it wasn't for Jesus and it wasn't for you as a true friend, we wouldn't got the great Whitney in her prime years. We wouldn't got that magic, and you helped the magic along the way behind the scenes. And thank you so much. I thank you so much. You are a great friend, and I love you so much, Robyn Crawford. Well, Whitney and Robyn met at the East Orange Community Development Center in the summer of 1980, the month after Whitney Houston signed her first modeling contract with Click Models. The two instantly became close friends. Robyn took her to buy her first pair of straight leg jeans from the Gap. Whitney told Robyn she had a boyfriend named Craig, whose mother was in the Sweet Inspirations. To this day, we think that was a lie. At the time, Robyn was trying to get out of the situation herself with a female friend, and Whitney told her, do not worry about it, that she would get her out of that situation. They would spend all their time with each other, over each other's houses, and fall asleep on the phone with each other all night long, talking on the phone. Sometimes Robyn said Whitney talked way too much, and it made her head almost explode. But she was such a good friend. She never said nothing to her about it. Robyn's first time in Whitney Houston's room was hilarious. She said Whitney Houston's room was a wreck. Clothes was everywhere, piled everywhere. She said on the floor. She said the bed was unmade. Her school uniforms was thrown everywhere. And they kept hearing a crunching sound and found out it was a mouse in an open Lay's chip bag. Whitney was a trip. They would walk around Whitney's neighborhood together, not long after they shared a romantic relationship with each other. So that's when the physical started to happen in their relationship. Not long after, Robyn was over Whitney Houston's house one day, and Whitney's older brother, one of Whitney Houston's older brother, friends was over there and offered Robyn to try cocaine for the first time. Whitney Houston witnessed this, and her and Robyn after that started to get high together, smoking weed and lacing it with cocaine. And I think this made their bond like a little more stronger. When people don't understand, a lot of people do drugs just to be sociable or to be accepted, and you have a lot of people that get high, they don't socialize with others that don't get high. They only socialize with people that get high. Like friends and cliques and things like that. That's how a lot of people are. Especially back then. If you wasn't getting high, you wasn't in the in crowd or something like that. And that's stupid. So I think that made their bond a lot stronger. Whitney Houston could be herself in front of Robyn. The love and passion between the ladies were explosive. One night after visiting a gay club for the first time, the ladies could not get to the hotel rooms quick enough, so they felt like they was going to make out in the car. And the two ladies started making out in the car, and one thing led to another, and the police was knocking on the window, and they they fogged up the car so bad that the police just told them keep it moving, like go along, go along. He didn't say go along, ladies. He just said he didn't know who was in the car because it was fogged, the windows was fogged up. He just said move along. So they would, they would get themselves in trouble like that, but they always had a fun time together. Whether Robyn was taking her out to the lake and rowing a rowboat, or they were going to Harlem and getting some drugs, but they always managed to stay out of trouble. I mean, buying drugs, that's bad, but you know what I'm saying. But Robyn always protected Whitney. That's what I can say. She always protected her. As time moved on, Robyn started college, and the two were still inseparable, were still falling asleep on the phone with each other. Whitney really wanted Robyn there with her, and Robyn really wanted to be with her. And time was flying, and Whitney would come and see Robyn playing her basketball games. And Whitney felt that she was about to get signed. And she told Robyn, and Robyn decided to quit college to help Whitney Houston pursue her career. And Whitney Houston promised to take her all the way around the world with her, and she kept her promise in the long run. Once Robyn quit college and moved back with her mother, Whitney and her was still party, and Robyn's mother was not liking what she was saying. She knew her daughter was getting high and things like that, and Robyn confessed it to her. And once she confessed it to her, Robyn's mother called Sissy and was telling her, warning her about what both of their daughters were doing, and Sissy just was so nonchalant about it. And she actually kind of blamed Robyn, like, your friend telling on you and things of that nature. She was very nonchalant about it. She didn't care about, drugs was not important to Sissy Houston, allegedly. After a night of partying again and disregarding her mother, Robyn's mother kind of called it quits with Robyn, and she wanted to be grown, so she was going to teach her to be grown. So she changed the locks on Robyn, and Robyn had to fend for herself for over 2 weeks. And during this time, she had to rent a car, and she would sleep in Whitney Houston's driveway, and until Sissy Houston left for work, and then Whitney would sneak her in the house. Robyn and her mother finally made up. Thereafter, Whitney Houston signed with Arista Records, and the two moved in together. The day before Valentine's Day, Whitney Houston gifted Robyn a Bible. In the Bible, it was a letter letting Robyn know that they couldn't be physical anymore, but they still had a bond, a relationship, but it couldn't be physical anymore. This crushed Robyn very badly, very badly. But she still was happy that they still can have a beautiful friendship, but it couldn't be physical no more, due to Whitney Houston signing a record contract and didn't want that gossip following her. But she not understanding that once people think something, they're going to think it to the day you die and continue to think it, and especially if it has any truth to it. While working on her first album, Whitney went to LA to record with Jermaine Jackson. The two had a love affair, and once back home, Whitney started to become secretive about her personal life. This drove Robyn crazy, and it caused her to hit Whitney Houston one day when they were in a car on the highway. After a heated argument and apologizing, Whitney finally opened up about Jermaine to Robyn. But just like every man in Whitney's life, he ended up breaking her heart. While in London and recording her first music video, You Give Good Love, Whitney Houston came up with a scheme to get Robyn into the music video. She came to Robyn knowing that Robyn did not want any type of limelight. She told her that the company messed up and that they only had one backup singer, and she needed another one. So Robyn agreed for her best friend. She do anything for me. I love you, Robyn. And she became the second backup singer in the music video. If you look in the background, the music video of You Give Good Love, you see Robyn in the background with another lady that was hired by an agency to be Whitney Houston backup singers in the music video. And once Whitney Houston got home with a rough cut, she went to Robyn's mother and her sister and like, look there. And I think the brother might have been there, but I definitely know Robyn and her sister. Whitney kept saying to her sister, look, there was your sister. Look at Robyn. Look at Robyn. Whitney was so crazy, and it's so, oh my gosh, it's just so amazing that she had her best friend and her, alleged lover in her music video, and we never knew, the world never knew, and that was a beautiful thing. And I think that was a very cool move for Whitney. You could see that Whitney Houston really cherished Robyn, and Robyn was very important into, Whitney's life. As time moved on, as well as Whitney Houston's career, the two moved into a luxurious condo. That's when Sylvia came into the picture, and they became the three amigos. As fame began, rumors circulated about Whitney's sexuality. It got so bad that Whitney Houston's father told the girls to stage a double date with guys, and Robyn was not having it. While in Wembley in 1988, Robyn decided to go sightseeing with one of the backup dancers for Whitney Houston named Joy. The two hit it off very well. Whitney woke up and found out and was very furious. And she was so furious that Sissy got wind of it and started to attack Robyn once Robyn came back from sightseeing. Sissy physically attacked Robyn, and Whitney Houston broke them up and then slept Robyn. Afterwards, Robyn stayed in Whitney's room the rest of the night. She spent the night in her bed. The next day, the two went sightseeing. Once back in the States, Whitney fired Joy and tore up the letter she wrote in the Bible, in Robyn's Bible. She was like in a jealous streak, in my opinion. After, reading the book, it seemed like Whitney was very jealous. She wanted her cake and eat it too. She didn't want Robyn to date anyone in her sight, especially a female. It really wasn't fair. Robyn had to sit back and watch her date men, then be there for her once they broke her heart. And that was not fair. I don't think that was fair, Whitney, to expect her not to date and be herself, her authentic self. But, and she could do what she wanted to do, but she wanted Robyn. Robyn was okay for Robyn to date men, but it was a problem when females were around. And I don't think that was fair. So, people in situations, we know how that can be. I understand. I know how that can be, being a transgender woman. And that's not a good feeling. But Robyn was a good person. For instance, when Whitney was dating Eddie Murphy, one evening she got all dressed up for him and prepared dinner. Robyn was watching and wishing it was her in that position. He stood her up. Then Aunt May suggested that Whitney wear lingerie under a fur coat and take him over a cake. Once Whitney was there, the guard at the front gate would not let her in, and Eddie told her to leave. Robyn really never cared for Eddie Murphy. She said Eddie Murphy would, make fun of Whitney Houston, make fun of her weaves, crack jokes on her. And she really didn't, she knew he was not a good guy for her. Whitney, after being rejected from Eddie Murphy that evening, went on a 2-day drug binge. As Robyn and Sylvia was cleaning Whitney up, she cried hysterically and said, "Why don't they like me?" Soon after, Whitney and Bobby Brown met at the Soul Train Music Awards. After meeting Bobby Brown, Whitney decided to spend the evening with him. The next day, she told Robyn and Sylvia they had unprotected sex. Robyn told her that was a foolish decision. Robyn was real with Whitney. She just let her know, like, girl, that's not cool. That's not cool what you're doing. And Whitney was really, sometimes could be very immature and gullible. As time went by, Robyn started to see that Bobby wasn't going anywhere. Robyn loved her best friend and wanted her to be happy. Robyn witnessed hotel arguments between Whitney and Bobby. Then all of a sudden they're engaged. Whitney, Robyn, and Sylvia went to surprise Bobby in Atlanta. As the three arrived at his mansion, they were surprised to see how unkept it was, how dirty, in my opinion, that it was inside of his house. And once in the kitchen, Robyn was talking to Bobby Brown's chef, and he was kind of warned Robyn, like, do Whitney Houston know what she's getting herself into? Success was moving very quickly in Whitney's life. Now she took on the role of becoming an actress, taking on the role of Rachel Marin in The Bodyguard. Whitney Houston's life was really propelling to extreme higher heights. Her relationship with Bobby Brown was really growing very fast, and she became pregnant. But due to a miscarriage, she lost the baby on the set of The Bodyguard, so production had to be closed down for at least a month. With warning signs and being in love with love, Whitney Houston still had a lot of warning signs about Bobby Brown not being the right man for her, even a baby out of wedlock while they was engaged. It still didn't change her mind. Whitney Houston's mind was made up, and she wanted to be Mrs. Bobby Brown. And the two planned a wedding. Coming up on Whitney and Robyn, marriage was not peaches and cream for Whitney. Robyn began to have life-altering events happen to her. Forever don't last,